Tobin is live for us in our Midwest Bureau. Forgive me. A Minnesota bail fund supported by Vice President Kamala Harris during her 2020 campaign helped set an accused domestic abuser free. Now, just weeks after his release, he's back behind bars after prosecutors charged him with murder.
Now, this is criminal. I believe it's criminal. These bail funds, because they're not bailing out people. It's not working for good people. They're bailing out thugs and criminals. You should check out these bail funds and see who they bail out. It's amazing. They're bailing out Pookie who just shot up, somebody's grandmother's house. They're literally bailing those type people out. It may have been initially meant for the good, because some people don't have money for bail, so bail is racist because all glacier gliders got money, which is absolutely positively not true. But somehow they convinced the world that was the case. And no Sun people have money. So bail is intrinsically, inherently racist. So until you change the law, we're going to be collecting money and bailing out Sun people. Because, it's racist. Here's the thing. The average Sun person never has an interaction with a cop. Okay? Never. Personally. The Sun people who have interactions with cops are overwhelmingly criminals. Overwhelmingly. This whole notion that cops are just running up on... Show me that. Show me it in your life. Don't even show me a video. Just as you're out and about, you're at the Target, you're at the grocery store, you're driving down the street, you're at your kid's game. Show me all these instances. Show me an instance of Sun people just tiptoeing through the lilies, not doing nothing, and cops, gotcha. But that's not what's happening. So now you're bailing out criminals. You're going to strike out a lot because the people you're bailing out are criminals. They commit crimes. They live the street life. Okay? It's not that hard.
A Minnesota bail fund supported by Vice President Kamala Harris during her 2020 campaign helped set an accused domestic abuser free. Now, just weeks after his release, he's back behind bars after prosecutors charged him with murder. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is live for us in our Midwest Bureau. Forgive me, Mike.
Well, having been jailed on domestic violence charges, George Howard posted an $11,500 bail. He did it with the support of the Minnesota Freedom Fund. Now, the Freedom Fund became well known during the riots which followed the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Politicians and celebs got on board as they were posting bail for those arrested during the riots, and Kamala Harris was one of them, evidenced by a tweet from June of 2020. If you're able to chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota.
Just think about this. A woman on the presidential ticket posted this about, and these people were literally terrorizing that city. 2020 was a strange year. There's no way she does this now. They're in power. But that was just, wow. I mean, wow.
Evidenced by a tweet from June of 2020. If you're able to chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota. Now, with support like that, the Freedom Fund banked some $35 million and continued to bail people out, stating if a judge determines a person is eligible for bail, they should not be stuck in jail because they don't have the same money others do. Now, one of those bailed out was George Howard, August the 6th. A few weeks later, there was a road rage incident. Damian Ortiz was shot and killed. Howard was arrested and charged with second-degree murder.
Who's shocked that it was a road rage incident? That this guy killed somebody on our roads? Who's shocked by that? Nobody who subs to this channel. Everybody who subs to this channel knows the roads are dangerous. And they're dangerous for one reason. R.I.P. Jose Ortiz, man.
Now, one of those bailed out was George Howard, August the 6th. A few weeks later, there was a road rage incident. Damian Ortiz was shot and killed. Howard was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. The Minnesota Freedom Fund acknowledged supporting Howard's bail and tweeted, under new leadership, MFF has implemented changes to its policies and procedures, and we will continue to assess them and to ensure that we are being responsive to the safety and needs of our community.
Under new leadership, the Minnesota Freedom Fund has implemented changes to its policies. So you got $35+ million plus, and that was just by June of 2020. So God knows how much money you've gotten since. And now you're not going to bail out the people who you built your fund on. Now, listen. The whole premise is sick and twisted and demented, and all these people should be flogged in the town square. However, they got all this money on the backs of Pookie and Ray Ray and guys like the gentleman that they bailed out here in this story. They got all those donations from people wanting to support criminality. And now that they got probably hundreds of millions of dollars in donations, now they just gonna cut ties with Pookie and Ray Ray and other Sun teens, and wow, that's cold, man.
The Minnesota Freedom Fund acknowledged supporting Howard's bail and tweeted, under new leadership, MFF has implemented changes to its policies and procedures, and we will continue to assess them and to ensure that we are being responsive to the safety and needs of our community. Howard reportedly says he didn't do it. If convicted, he's looking at a max of 80 years in prison. Back to you.
And just so I get it straight, Mike, Howard was released this summer, not 2020. So this wasn't when the now vice president was vice president, obviously. But she's still among the highest profile to push that fund because this happened more recently. And there's a residual effect when you send out a tweet like that. Mike Tobin, thank you.
Well, there's a residual effect. The residual effect, and you see the amount of money that they raise. Pardon me with the noise, the train's going by. Okay. But there's a residual effect because they raise so much money and continue to bail people out. So you can make the direct link with this, or at least indirectly.
Thank you. And thanks for fighting through the train, because it was important to get your answer. Thank you.